So Chris, from the early days, the Escapists has grown into something that's kind of a big deal. I mean, how did you feel about that? Are you surprised? Did you kind of have a plan? You know, what's your view on all this?
I mean, obviously it's surprising. It's because when I first started the game, it was only a smaller project. That,
yeah.
I mean, when you see how much it was off for Kickstarter, it was just basically a little sort of a mess around game. But to see it become what it is today is very surprising.
You must be like a proud father, I think, kind of
Yeah,
seeing your game
true.
become this behemoth of PC gaming. I mean, it's fantastic to see. I mean, guys as well, what are your opinions as well? When you first started work on the project, did you think, you know, this is a solid game, it's going to do well, but did you envisage it becoming what it is? I mean, when you look at the YouTubers who are playing it, the streamers, and the amount of people that play it and really love it, we're even seeing things like Minecraft spin-offs and things like that, you know. What are your guys' opinions on this?
I don't think you can ever predict how successful a game's going to be, but there was definitely a general buzz around the studio about it. Everybody had a really good feeling about how we were working on it. I mean, it's not even that it was just fun to work on. It was a good project to work on, but there was a genuine sense that this could be something special. And I honestly, looking back, I don't even know where that sense comes from, but I remember it at the time because we talked about it in those words.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about it being a sort of more toyish type thing. And I think at its heart it still is that, and from that I think we just have perfect foundation to then sort of mould it into something that just is blown up really, you know, across YouTube, everywhere.
I remember you guys mentioning that Chris actually engaged with his audience and actually spoke to the community early on. And you know, what was that like talking to your gamers?
Yeah, well, as it goes through the early access, that's sort of how it's moulding into what the game will become. So, getting people who are playing and getting their ideas on it was always an important thing. That's the whole purpose of Steam Early Access, I guess. So yeah, that was fun. Just reading people's comments and ideas. That was good. Taking them, putting them to you guys, putting them in the game.
I think like generally the design of the game as well really kind of lends itself to having a community built around it, because it's fun to read about. It's fun to read about how other people attempted breaking out of a prison, and it's fun to watch videos about how people go about attempting to break out of prison as well. You know, it's interesting content just watching somebody play the game, especially if they nail like a perfect escape or a new fast time for escaping or something like that.
Brilliant how they kind of mix all this together to kind of create the popularity from kind of the grassroots of talking to your gamers, kind of listening to them and passing it on to the team. So it kind of really goes to show that listening to the people who are kind of invested in your game can actually do loads of good.